It's taken the guys a few hours to get the car fully set up, but now it is ready to roll. In fact, ready to roll on the dyno. So we're down at Mainline and we're at that exciting part of the build where we finally get to see how much power this fair lady can punch out. This is not only where we'll try and get a solid power figure, it's also the opportunity to shake down the rest of the setup and make sure that everything works. Driving from the trailer to the dyno room is the farthest that this car has ever gone. So we are down here at Mainline Dyno today, and it is very, very exciting because after months of work, today is the day that our good friend here, the quite talented Scotty Hilzinger, aka Tuning Fork, is going to be weaving his magic onto this car. Now, normally when we're doing our tuning, we go down to Haltech, but they've just moved into a massive new premises. They're setting up a new dyno room with a Mainline dyno, and because that's not quite done yet, the guys at Mainline said they can actually come down to the factory. So this is their testing pod, and in there, they have a hub dyno, which is something that we have not used before on the show. Can you tell me about a hub dyno and what it does and what it's going to do for us today?
For sure. So in the test facility here, these guys run every dyno that they make before they send them out to customers. So it just so happens that today they've got a hub dyno in there for testing, so we're going to hijack the dyno for a while.
Yeah.
Hub dyno is a bit different to what we're used to, where a roller dyno is what we're used to, where we strap the rubber tyre down onto the roller.
No rubber, no wheels now. They're just removed completely.
We're going to take them off and we're going to bolt these hub adapters straight onto the car. So that way the car will get jacked up a little bit, bolt straight on, so that way the differential is driving the dyno directly.
Yeah, that's freaking awesome, man.
It's a lovely setup. It's a little bit quieter because we don't have the noise of the rubber rolling around. There's a little bit more consistency in this sort of setup because we don't get the tyre getting hotter and colder and squishing down and all this sort of stuff.
Yeah.
These are a fantastic thing. They do rate up to about 4,000 horsepower at the hubs.
Yeah, right, okay. Which is like double what you'd normally get on a roller dyno, really, right?
Exactly right, yeah. So these things are fantastic. I really enjoy using them. It's also really nice because I don't have to worry as much about the steering wheel and the car moving around.
Yeah, because it's attached.
Yeah, it's just bolted on, so I'm really looking forward to it.
RB26 Nissan!
Yes.
RB26.
Get keen, Scotty!
Congratulations,
Thank you very much, it's our first. Let's tune an RB, everyone. Are the Mainline dynos rated to handle RB power?
Well, it all depends on, what RB it is, but at bare minimum, yes, our smallest one's 2,000 horsepower.
This video is going on the internet, so our 300 kilowatts will be 3,000 horsepower.
Well, there is that factor.
Yes, that's right.
You need a button for that on your dyno, man. You just need the internet button. Click. Oh, look, I made 2,000 horsepower.
It's a YouTube logo and you press it, it just triples all the figures.
No, you just need one key that says 2JZ.
Okay, this is it. Let's get the car loaded up onto the hub dyno. Scotty, before we blow this engine up, but I'm not going to do that. Before we start tuning today, can you run me through a couple of the considerations when tuning an RB? I know you're super experienced with this platform. What's going to happen today? Just run me through it.
So we more just want to get this thing running, get a number out of it the way that it is right now, and being such a fresh car, we just want to make sure that we've got no leaks, we've got no driveline sort of wobbles, we've got no sort of funny stuff, first of all, that you might not pick up on the road. As far as tuning the actual engine, we want to make sure the air-fuel ratio is right, so the air to fuel mixture that's going into the motor. RBs, this does have an inlet manifold on it, so a little bit sort of different here, but RBs typically run a bit hotter in the back because they've got some funny cooling issues and they've got some funny airflow issues. So cylinders 5 and 6, we'll just sort of keep an eye on. We'll make sure that we get the same air to fuel ratio across every cylinder.
Yep.
Ignition timing, on something like this, we're on petrol. We are definitely going to try and stuff some boost in it.
Yeah.
So we'll make sure that all our knock control stuff's set up properly, so that if we do come across an unusual condition on the road, that'll be taken care of.
Cool. By the looks of our setup here, like, have we done the right thing that we need to do with this? Like, we've got 35 coils, we've got the injectors. Like, have we done what we need to do to make this easy for you?
I like to think that the best compliment that any car guy can get is when you open the hood and I can say, this almost looks boring.
Yeah, okay.
Because there's not stuff everywhere. It's got a beautiful, simple inlet. Everything's simple. It's got nice clamps. It's got Nissan R35 coils, which just have the strongest spark, so we won't have any headaches. All the exhaust system is all beautifully done and so simple and neat. The boost control, everything's up high. It's done properly, because you could almost, you could be forgiven for saying, oh, they've forgotten to wire the car up.
Yeah, right.
Like
that's Dave, just being a legend, isn't
Good on you,
it?
Dave.
I mean, the car hasn't been driven yet, other than just like on and off a truck, basically,
Right.
to take it from exhaust, take it to get the alignment, the suspension set up. So today will be the first time it's driven, really.
What's the history of the engine?
Gumtree.
Gumtree.
We got it off Gumtree, which in Australia, Gumtree is like our second-hand used market. We know nothing about it.
It's
Nothing.
Craigslist for Aussies.
I think today we'll just put as much boost as we can put into it until we get diminishing returns. So
Right.
we'll just keep going up and up and up. As soon as we're not making sort of 20 kilowatts per run and it starts to get difficult,
Yeah,
that's where I think we'll leave it,
cool.
put some Ks on it and run the car in.
Our first job is some low-load tuning so that we can check the numbers and make sure the car is working and nothing is leaking. Marty's keen for more power, but as we increase the load, we see quite a bit of smoke coming from the engine bay. Yeah, there is quite a bit of smoke coming off the turbo.
It's never been that hot.
And through here, the smell, everything seems, that smells pretty normal.
Yeah. With Scotty on the numbers and confident that everything appears to be working as it should, we're going for our first power run. Our first run has been a success, so I give Scotty the instruction to smash the page up button, which is going to give us more power. We've got 273 kilowatts at the wheels, but as we turn the boost up and go again, we've got a problem. That smoke coming out of the bonnet does not look good. So Scotty, we've just done a power run. We've ended up with 289.8 kilowatts, 290 kilowatts at the wheels, and that is the limit of our clutch.
Yes, we've had a bit of an issue where this engine is, the whole build, the car's performing perfectly. We put 14 pounds of boost in it and it made our lower purple line, so we're making sort of somewhere around 260, 270 kilowatts.
Yep.
As soon as we've gone from 14 to try and bump it up to 16 pounds, as soon as it came on boost, we could see the clutch smoke straight out the side. The clutches slipped and you could hear the engine kept revving up while the dyno was holding the wheels back. So clutch is slipping. We're not going to make you 300 kilowatts today, but it's a funny sort of thing. Even though this is saying 289, it's 289 with the clutch slipping. So
Yep.
I'm confident that in exactly the form that it is, if we just put an upgraded clutch in this, put it straight back on the dyno and run it, no doubt in my mind that it'll run over 300 kilowatts or 400 horsepower.
Mechanical Stig's just arrived. He's got a new clutch in the car.
That's convenient.
Let's go get it.
Did you bring a clutch?
He did you?
There's nothing wrong with the one that's in it.
Really?
You just need to bed it in properly.
Oh, so it's fine.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
With no clutch kicking and no anything and with 16 pounds?
Yeah, normally.
They need to be bedded in for 1,000 Ks.
Should we just try giving it one more zap? What would you like to do?
Benny's the Mechanical Stig.
That's your car, but I would just drive it as it is.
Yeah, let's
Once
go
it's
again.
registered. Okay. It's your car. We'll put another one if you want.
Did you just say one thing and you just, yeah, that happened. I was like, wait, what?
Have you met him before? That always
Yeah, I know, it
happens.
does, doesn't it?
Well, the good news is that nothing fell out.
The smoke coming out was either the clutch bedding in or getting completely destroyed. So we're going to go for another power run and find out.
Might have just knocked the high spots off it.
Benny,
We've done it, over 300 kilowatts at the wheels.
let me kiss you. Benny, I want to kiss your beard.
With the car still operational, now we can do some adjustments to our high power tune.
That's what I'm looking for. That's nice. We finished with 310 kilowatts at the wheels. That is 417 horsepower. That is fairly ridiculous power for a car of this weight. It has been over the weighbridge today. It weighs around 1,100 kilos. You can do the maths, it's off its chops.
That's some pretty good power, man. And the RV didn't surprise us. It didn't surprise Scotty. Like, it's probably a 100th one he's tuned. It made the power that we expected, but that's a good thing because it means our engine works. This is a Wrecker motor at the end of the day, or a Gumtree motor.
Yep.
So there it is, bolted in, plug in some decent sized injectors. That's on 98 octane fuel as well.
Yep.
More's possible with ethanol, probably needs more fuel system too, which is not really something I want to do right now.
Yep. I mean, it actually doesn't need it. The thing is, you can run it on ethanol, but it wouldn't actually flow enough fuel, so you'd need to probably do another pump. And then you're just making more power going through these tyres. Like, it's a crazy amount of power. I'm actually really, really happy with it. I guess the next question is, what happens from here? Now, the car still does need to go through engineering blue slip. That's what we call kind of getting our car legal and ready for the road. That process could take a number of weeks. There's a lot of really, really fiddly stuff that has to go on. We can't use these wheels because they've got spacers. We've got to do stuff with seat belts. We've got to do stuff with speedos. We've got this huge list of stuff to do, and some of it is going to take quite a lot of time. So what we are going to do is we're going to keep working away on the car, but we're going to move on to other projects and work away on this in the background. And once this is actually ready to go, we'll run you through all the stuff that happened with the engineering and registration and stuff like that, because otherwise we might be waiting a couple of weeks before you see something. We are really excited about moving on to some other projects. Marty's been working on something very exciting, and
My new car.
I got something rad in the works as well. So a massive thank you to everybody who's been watching the series, and of course Mechanical Stig, who's been there to help out, Turbo Yoda, the guys from Haltech, Tuning Fork, and of course Dave for coming down. Thanks to the guys at Adrian Moore Suspension, everybody who has supported the build, and of course the dudes at Import Monster. It's been huge.
It's been massive.
It's been huge.
And I think we were like, hey, maybe it could be like 1 or 2, 3 videos, maybe that'll be awesome.
Yeah.
And it's just, there's just so much happening and so many details that we just want to cover. So it's all there. And it's been a pretty fun journey. And I'm really looking forward to driving this on the road, which we can't do yet.
Me too, we're not allowed
But
to
it's
yet.
tuning out will. So now there's like that extra impetus to go and get the engineering stuff done, you know?
The crazy thing is, it all wasn't meant to happen this quickly. We were meant to have the car with its L20 and be able to drive around Australia like that. And without getting all into that asbestos stuff again, losing all of that meant that the whole build had to progress forward. It has been very, very quick to build this car it's been 10 weeks, has it?
Yep.
10 weeks approximately.
There's been a video every week, and every week we've been working on it.
So it's been
full on.
awesome. So a massive thank you to our mates who have helped out. As soon as the car is legal and ready to go, it'll be back again. So if you're on every subsequent video going, where's the 240, S30, 260, Datsun Nissan? If you're not seeing it, it's not ready yet. As soon as it's ready, we'll be letting you know. So there it is. Thank you very much. You will be on the road soon, my love. You will be with your redonkulous power.
That's crazy. That's more than Super Gramps. A lot more.
It's
considerably more.
It's crazy.
You got no grip.
No, we'll sort that out.
But you'll sort that out.
And thank you, Martin. Thank you. On the dark days when things don't work and
they never work properly, man.
You know,
this stuff's never
guess,
as easy
you know,
as it seems.
I know.
Oh, we'll just
But
smash
you
it.
were there to say, get off the ground and wipe up your tears and clean up the coolant.
We ended up with a very, very cool car that's going to be very, very nice to drive.
Yeah. Amazing. All right, thank you. Oh, thanks to Mainline for letting us
Kebabs?
use their space.
Kebabs, please say kebabs.
Yeah, kebabs.
It's been so long, man.
Let's get that triple
I'm
sauce kebab
so
that you do
keen.
sometimes. Amazing.
Snack pack.